So I'm Nicole Esquibel. I am a fellow for the Center of Digital Advocacy at Advocacy University. I am also the Associate Professor of Film and Digital Media here in the School of Visual and Communication Arts. For me, digital advocacy and storytelling kind of go hand in hand. So when I think about my students making film and video, one of the things that we try and do is change their perspective a little bit and have them beginning to tell stories that get an audience to act. Most of the time students, when they're creating their films, they're just trying to entertain. And the Center for Digital Advocacy and my role in that is to have our students begin to create video products that allow an audience to act, to take some action at the end of the video. So when we're creating a story, we have to think about those things. Beyond creating a story, the second thing we want to do is figure out who our audience is. Our audience is going to be different for a digital advocacy film versus an entertainment product, or even a documentary that's meant to entertain. So a lot of the times what I try and do is get my students to ask a certain number of questions before they even begin the process of making their videos and doing digital advocacy work. The first is, what story are you trying to tell? What story are you leaving out? Why are you doing that? When did the incident occur, or the parameters for the digital advocacy itself? What's going to happen in your story, where it's going to happen, who's going to tell your story. I think that there's a certain number of people that are completely different. You have the people who are the advocates themselves who might tell a story, but then there's also the community that's affected by that story. Are they going to tell the story itself? And then the most important thing that I think for the Center for Digital Advocacy and the students that I work with is, like, why are you telling this story? I want students to be passionate about the work that they do. So I oftentimes ask them, how are you going to tell this story? Why am I watching what you are putting up on the screen, and what's important about it to you? So I think that those are the main questions that I ask of my students and the advocacy fellows that we have, that we work with.